Bitcoin dominance falls, money flows into altcoins, and boom. What's going on, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. Let's dive into some rapid fire crypto news. We have the XRP price chart here on the left-hand side, along with the Bitcoin price chart on the right-hand side, both on the weekly. And before getting into this, I also wanted to highlight something. So I've been getting a lot of emails from viewers essentially asking for investment advice, and of course I can't do that. And sometimes they're asking about XRP, sometimes it's a different altcoin saying, hey Kevin, I've been in this alt and it hasn't really moved for a couple weeks, a couple months, and this other alt has gone up 400%. Should I sell this alt that has not moved or has only been going down for the one that already went up 400%? Now, of course, there's always exceptions. Sometimes there's assets that are going to keep going and they're actually legit. But with my personal strategy, I do not chase any asset. Every altcoin that I am in and holding in a cryptocurrency space, even if it's only for a short-term swing trade, it is an asset that I am comfortable holding for the next few years. So now something interesting with the XRP price chart, I follow a bunch of analysts and I'm always trying to learn from everybody, always bringing in data, getting different opinions, and trying to gauge consensus and what people's expectations are for the cryptocurrency market. And I just want to say this, if you have made it this far into your crypto journey, especially if you've been here for the past several years, you may want to stick around for the next few months. Bitcoin created a new all-time high price. This is the absolute worst time to stop paying attention to crypto. And in my opinion, for me, it is the worst time to ever quit when we see Bitcoin dominance actually getting in a position to send our alts up in the months ahead. Now, of course, could it be days or weeks? Absolutely. But I'm just basing this off of what we've seen on the price charts and looking at previous cycles. So I'm betting that there is an alt season. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. And the thing about investing is not to be perfect. It's not to be right every single time. It's about positioning yourself to get a win out of either situation. If the market absolutely explodes, awesome. I'm going to be taking profits, staggering profit, rebalancing my portfolio, and preparing for the next bear market. And if the market crashes, and I know nobody ever wants to talk about worst case scenarios, I've been stocking up my stablecoin and even fiat position to capitalize on those discounts. If alt season just begins right now for more of the alts, and I've been tracking now, there's 40 plus that have created an all-time high, a second all-time high this year. So I'm following data, so I believe alt season continues. And that's what I want, and of course that would lead to the highest amount of profits for us. Scenario 2, maybe the market crashes or consolidates longer. Of course I don't want that, but I'd still be able to capitalize and get a win out of that by accumulating and getting a better position on a few of my favorite assets and getting large discounts. And here's the XRP price chart. Just wanted to share this, of course. So we see the high back in 2013, so the high for XRP, and then we have the high for 2013 for Bitcoin. Now we have the high 2017-2018 all-time high for XRP, and of course the 2017-2018 all-time high for Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin, Ether, a lot of these assets have already blasted past. And the thing is, XRP is a laggard. For me, that is a good thing because if my other alts keep going high, I can take profit from those alts and rotate it into XRP before XRP does those very moves. And just showing some potential scenarios here with the XRP price chart and Bitcoin, showing of course Bitcoin hammering through this, and XRP is still at a lower level compared to its Fibonacci retracement. As we can see here with the Fibonacci retracement of the XRP price chart and Bitcoin, XRP is still below the 382 Fibonacci retracement. And I know some people say, oh, this is because of the lawsuit, or this is because it's this or that. I couldn't care less. I'm solely focused on my assets from a retracement standpoint because we have several years of data at this point. And notice, even Bitcoin, I know other assets have reached a full 4.236 Fibonacci extension. For XRP, that would be about, per this price, maybe 13 bucks. And of course, different charts of different exchanges will have different data, but you can look at that $10 to $15 price point if it reached a full 4.236. We have other assets even reaching up here, which would be 4 or 5 bucks, depending on how you look at it. And yes, I know this is solely from a charting perspective of looking at the retracement levels. This is not taking into account the future utility, positive news, maybe winning against the SEC and getting clarity. I get that. But I'm showing even Bitcoin, the $1 trillion market cap monster, has even reached up to these levels. And I know in my previous video, I showed you a bunch of assets that have broken out much higher levels. Here's the Ethereum price chart. So from the all-time high set back in 2017-2018 to the low, we've already retraced past the 2618. For XRP, that's showing about like $8 plus. And this is solely to compare some high liquid assets. This is not a price prediction. XRP still battling this 382 Fibonacci retracement, even a backtest on the 236. And I'm watching how Ethereum reacted and battled through these retracements, even at the 382 Fibonacci retracement. This is something I wanted to compare. This is a perfect example of the shadow wick leading the way for us and guiding us that we'd reach a full 4.236 Fibonacci extension, actually tapping perfectly on the 4618. Well, we saw Ethereum here. We have the London upgrade. We have essentially me bullish on the space. And I saw this wick tapping the 4.236 to perfection at 4,300 per Ethereum. Now, this is actually a Fibonacci retracement on the monthly on the candle body. Swing high, swing low. Hitting the 382, back testing the 236, and taking off. And remember what I just showed you with the XRP price chart. So this is when Ethereum was at $3,000, and we were talking about it coming up to hit these levels yet again, over 4,000, essentially 4,300. And I just posted this today to show that we did in fact get that push yet again. I know it took a few weeks, but look where we tapped, the 4.236 at 4,300. And we were talking about that when we were at 3,000 even. Just wanted to show you on the macro time frames that these Fibonacci's do work pretty well. Next up, guys, Wrath Economin, American Banker article, banks take cross-border tests to the next level, mentioning Ripple as a swift challenger. Analyst claims until Ripple, Swift did not really have any competitors. Pretty interesting. And I would agree, this sounds like a bullish article. We can see until Ripple, in quotes, Ripple, Swift, and its bank owners didn't really have any competitors. But today, there are dozens, and Swift is much more nimble. Now, Swift GPI, blah, 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 pretty instant. Remember, this is not solving the settlements layer issue. News wanted to highlight the Associated Press. AP will provide economic, sports, and elections data to Chainlink, one of the top oracles in the space. And I know you guys have seen this. Bitcoin yesterday suffered a flash crash all the way to $8,000 on the crypto exchange Binance US. Apparently in an email, Binance US said the flash crash was tied to a bug in the trading software of one of its clients. And FYI, please, please, please be safe doing market orders, large market orders on any exchange. Because guess what? If you went to market sell Bitcoin at that exact time, and I know the probability is relatively low, if you went to sell your Bitcoin, even though it was trading at $60,000 plus, and you hit market sell and it glitched, you would have only sold your Bitcoin for $8K and lost a lot of money. And of course, on the other hand, it could be really cool because what if you did a market buy for Bitcoin when it was at 60K and it glitched? That means you market bought Bitcoin at 8K and then easily flipped it right after. Now, of course, that's possible, but I just stick to limit orders in the order books. It's just not worth the risk with any type of slippage. Next up, shared by Yahoo Finance, Digital Currency Group is announcing plans to increase purchase of shares of the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, remember years ago, Digital Currency Group, one of the biggest blockchain companies in the space, even had a Super Bowl commercial. They've authorized the purchase of Digital Currency Group of up to a total of $1 billion worth of shares of Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now, these assets trade at a premium. I'm not buying them, but just wanted to share that there is big money moving through this space. I'd much rather hold the digital asset in my own cold storage wallet, keep your private keys, you have a better deal, it's worth it to me. But for institutional traders, maybe you're a bit more risk averse, this might be right for them. But as you guys know, I am 100% crypto for the next decade at the very least. Because I feel like all of us lunatics are actually those in the early .com bubble, the same guys that were early in on Amazon stock and Apple stock. And we're kind of predicting the waves of applications and the telecom boom and Twitter and Uber and this whole type of decentralized business model. Well, guess what? That whole decentralized or more so decentralized business model is coming to the world of finance. And I think us lunatics are aware of that, and we're going to capitalize big. Next up, Alex Cobb spitting some knowledge. Now, I want to emphasize this. A lot of people are fooled by the news thinking that NFTs are nothing more than a bubble of people selling expensive JPEGs. NFTs stand for non-fungible token, which means that it cannot be counterfeit. It cannot be easily fungible or changed or exchanged between parties. It's authentic. Where will this be useful? Where will this be used in the future? I guarantee this will happen. I just don't know how long it takes. Meaning identification to prove that you are who you say you are. Passports, a birth certificate, car registration, maybe a social security number, a deed to a property. You own the only one, and it can be proved on a distributed network. That way, some other random person that maybe made a counterfeit deed to a property claiming that he owns it can be called out. This is going to change the game. Not a dog with a cigarette in his mouth and cool hat. That's hilarious. And of course, art and all these NFTs and trading cards and real estate is going to be huge. Also guys, when alts, because I believe alt season 2.0 does in fact occur, because I'm watching the market and seeing data, I'm not seeing any legitimate alts crashing through their June or July lows. When altcoins begin to pop off left and right, I know many people, specifically anybody that's new to the market this year, will feel pressured to chase assets and act out of panic, especially if their assets haven't moved yet. In my opinion, not financial advice, it is best to come up with a plan well in advance before any big price moves happen for your tokens or any other projects, so that you're not tempted. I never change my plan during times of high emotion, whether that's euphoria or stress or panic. Make your plans when the market is quiet, when everybody's complaining that prices aren't doing anything. That's when you should be working. Make a plan, stick to it, and everyone has to decide what is best for themselves. Sometimes less is more. Do not compare your situation to others, and I refuse to chase assets that have skyrocketed already. I dollar cost average into assets that have yet to budge that I know well and are below retracements. Cough, cough, XRP. And my strategy is only right for me. Please decide what is best for you. Where will you take profits? Will you stagger profits? What is your risk tolerance? Are you already in profits today? Have you broke even yet? Do you have a cash position just in case money to buy any crashes or dips? Do you have long-term holds? What percentage of those long-term holds will you hold if the bear market begins? Do you have a stop loss? How do you rebalance your portfolio? All kinds of things, and it's different for everybody. So cheers to the future. This guy, I want to give this guy a shout out. This is Tony, very bullish in altcoins. I really like what he's been sharing, at least for the past few weeks. Bitcoin dominance was just rejected at resistance at 48%. We all know what's coming next. We can take a look at this, and he's referring to alt season, historical data of us believing that we do in fact get that blow off top moments. Bitcoin dominance falls, money flows into altcoins, and boom. Notice he's on the weekly Bitcoin dominance price chart, referring to Bitcoin dominance falling on the macro time frame, which requires patience. And then we are betting that altcoins get some of that volume and pop. And this is not because we feel like it or want the market to go up. This is because we have several years of historical data in previous Bitcoin cycles to base it off of. So I'm excited. And now remember what I shared with XRP being a laggard. Well, guess what credible crypto thinks? So check this out. So he's talking about Solana leading the market, looks to have completed its macro fourth wave as a triangle. This implies we have begun the final fifth wave of Solana's first macro cycle. This is going to be epic and a taste of what we will see across the board in the coming months, meaning for other altcoins as well. And he's expecting over $500 plus for Solana. Wow. Today Solana's at $200. And this sucker is already a top 10 asset. And so although I don't really hold Solana, why am I excited? Because I know what this means for other assets that have yet to perform. So we have this guy right here. Do you think XRP is also in its fourth wave? And once it breaks out its triangle, we will witness the final fifth wave, which is typically very parabolic. And that's what we're expecting because XRP has been a laggard. And he goes on to say he thinks XRP has not even had its major third wave. That is extremely bullish. That means we have a third wave and a fifth wave to shoot those prices up. And FYI, Credible Crypto is one of my favorites on crypto Twitter. He's an XRP holder, he's an HBAR holder, very smart guy and understands the Bitcoin cycles. So he is quite bullish on XRP, as am I. And also guys, last but not least, Unstoppable Domains has an announcement. Hello Layer 2, goodbye to the gas fees of Ethereum. Today we're thrilled to announce that we have Polygon, aka Matic, as our layer 2 scaling solution, which will allow us to make our NFT domains free to claim. And that's awesome because in the past I had to pay gas fees to claim mine, which is a bit annoying. And managed starting on November 15th. Be sure to check this out guys, shared by Unstoppable Web. I even have a landing page and the links are in the video description to get your own crypto domain. And as you can see in the top right, kevincage.crypto, that not only could be a decentralized hack-proof website, but this is where I can actually send cryptocurrency to my wallet. Instead of putting a long chain of serial numbers, I can send XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin to this wallet address. I can type in kevincage.crypto and send it, like an email address for all of my crypto assets. So if I send XRP to kevincage.crypto, it'll go to my XRP wallet. If I send Bitcoin there, it'll go to my Bitcoin wallet. If you want to create your own, links are in the video description. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Be sure to like and sub, and I will catch you in the next one.